You've heard it a million times before, right? He's just a friend. A phrase tossed around casually, often dismissed as innocent or polite. But what if I told you that this simple statement is actually a masterclass in deception? A carefully crafted shield designed to hide a world of complicated emotions, unspoken desires, and hidden motives. Buckle up, because what you're about to discover will turn your assumptions upside down and peel back the layers of social masks we all wear. First off, let's get one thing straight. Women don't say he's just a friend to be polite or avoid awkwardness. They say it to protect themselves and you. It's a safeguard, a barrier, a way to keep their options open without hurting feelings or stirring unnecessary drama. But behind that innocent-sounding phrase lies a tangled web of psychological tricks, social dynamics, and sometimes plain old manipulation. Now, why do women cling to that phrase? It's simple. It's a shield, a boundary, a method of testing waters, seeing how you react when she insists he's just a friend. Ever notice how she says it with a smile that's just a tad too tight? Or how her eyes flicker with a secret she's unwilling to reveal? That's not just politeness, that's strategic. Let's peel back the layers and dig deeper. Imagine this. She's got someone in her life and she's telling you he's just a friend. But behind the scenes, she's weighing her options, what she wants, what she fears, what she secretly desires. That phrase? It's her way of gauging your reaction, testing your confidence, and seeing how much you're willing to accept or overlook. It's a psychological dance designed to keep her in control while you try to read between the lines. Now, here's where it gets even more intriguing. Sometimes, when she says, he's just a friend, she's actually sending a coded message. It could mean, I'm not interested in you that way, yet. I value my independence and I'm not ready to commit. I'm hiding feelings I don't want to admit yet. And let's not forget the power of social proof. If she's got a guy friend she talks about all the time, she's subtly signaling her availability without saying it outright. It's a mental game, a delicate dance of signals and silences designed to keep your curiosity piqued. But here's the kicker. In many cases, her declaration of friendship isn't about her, it's about him. It's a way to keep him in check, to prevent him from crossing boundaries she's not ready to cross herself. Or maybe she's protecting her reputation because admitting feelings can be messy, complicated, and downright embarrassing. And if you think this only applies to women, think again. Men do the same thing, but in different ways, like insisting, I'm just friends, when deep down they're obsessing over her. It's a game of hide and seek, of signals and miscommunications played out in countless social settings. Now, let's talk about the real reason why she might deny feelings altogether. It's fear. Fear of vulnerability, rejection, or losing control. Because once you admit you like someone, the game changes. Suddenly, everything feels real, fragile, and unpredictable. And here's the shocking truth. Most of the time, he's just a friend is less about friendship and more about fear. Fear of intimacy, fear of heartbreak, fear of being truly known. It's a defense mechanism, a way to keep emotional walls intact. But wait, there's more. Sometimes, her words are a strategic move to keep you interested, a way to see if you're willing to chase, to prove your worth. Because in the game of attraction, persistence often wins over patience. She might say, he's just a friend, to test whether you'll step up or back down, whether you'll chase harder or lose interest. And let's not forget the power of timing. Her saying he's just a friend might be her way of buying time, waiting until the right moment to reveal more feelings. Or perhaps she's trying to keep her options open, knowing full well that once she admits something real, she's committed. Here's a mind bender. What if she's actually telling the truth? What if he really is just a friend? Even then, that phrase is loaded with implications, assumptions, and unspoken truths. Because human relationships are complex ecosystems built on signals, subtle, overt, intentional or accidental. Whether she's lying or telling the truth, understanding the psychology behind "he's just a friend" gives you a secret weapon. You'll start noticing patterns, those little telltale signs that betray her real feelings. Like a flicker of jealousy when she talks about other guys, a hesitation when she mentions him, or a sudden change in her body language when the topic comes up. And here's the kicker. Once you recognize these signs, the game shifts in your favor, because understanding her motives gives you the power to navigate her signals, to predict her moves, and maybe, just maybe, to turn the tables. So, why does she say he's just a friend? Because it's a multi-layered strategy, a psychological shield, and a reflection of her fears, desires, and social manipulations. It's a phrase packed with meaning, waiting for someone savvy enough to decode it. And if you're paying attention, you'll see past the surface, because the truth is often hidden in plain sight. Between the words, the looks, the pauses, and the unspoken tension. Now, ask yourself, have you ever fallen for that line? Or maybe you've used it yourself. Either way, understanding the real story behind "he's just a friend" will change how you see those interactions forever. Because once you see beyond the words, the game becomes clear. And once you understand the psychology, the manipulation, and the hidden signals, you hold the keys to unlocking her true intentions. That's when everything changes, when you stop being a pawn in the game and start playing it on your own terms. When you realize that beneath the surface of a simple phrase lies a complex web of human emotion, social cues, and strategic moves. And in that understanding, you find your power, an advantage that can turn the tables in your favor no matter the situation. But it doesn't stop there. The more you observe, the more you learn to read the subtle cues, the micro-expressions that flash across her face for a split second, the way her voice softens when she talks about him, the slight tilt of her head when she's trying to hide her true feelings. You begin to notice the patterns, the small inconsistencies that reveal her inner world, her unspoken fears, and her hidden desires. You'll start to detect her discomfort when she's caught in a lie or when she's intentionally hiding something. You'll see the hesitation in her voice, the way her pupils dilate, or how her breathing slightly quickens when she's trying to suppress her true emotions. These are the signals that paint a much clearer picture than words ever could. And here's the beauty of it. Once you master reading these signals, your confidence skyrockets. You no longer have to rely solely on what she says. You understand why she says it, what she's really feeling, and what she's afraid to admit. This knowledge puts you in control, allowing you to steer conversations, set boundaries, and even influence her feelings over time. The ultimate goal isn't just to decode her words, it's to understand her psychology, her fears, her hopes, and her insecurities. Because beneath the surface, everyone is vulnerable. Everyone has fears of rejection and desires for connection. Recognizing that makes you more empathetic, more strategic, and more effective in navigating complex emotional landscapes. So, why does she say he's just a friend? Because it's a multi-layered strategy, a psychological shield, and a reflection of her fears, desires, and social manipulations. It's a phrase packed with meaning, waiting for someone savvy enough to decode it. And if you're paying attention, you'll see past the surface, because the truth is often hidden in plain sight. Between the words, the looks, the pauses, and the unspoken tension. Now, ask yourself, have you ever fallen for that line? Or maybe you've used it yourself. Either way, understanding the real story behind "he's just a friend" will change how you see those interactions forever. Because once you see beyond the words, the game becomes clear. And once you understand the psychology, the manipulation, and the hidden signals, you hold the keys to unlocking her true intentions. That's when everything changes, when you stop being a pawn in the game and start playing it on your own terms. When you realize that beneath the surface of a simple phrase lies a complex web of human emotion, social cues, and strategic moves. And in that understanding, you find your power, an advantage that can turn the tables in your favor, no matter the situation.